Love TKO, total knockout. Living in reality can be your best medicine. Holding on to false realities may blind you to signs of a breakup. Joining me now with insights on recognizing when it's time to let go is counselor and mental fitness coach Jeannie Dowdry. And joining us on the Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Jeannie Dowdry, who is a counselor and money and mental fitness coach, and she is here to share some important information to you out there. Obviously, you should see the writing on the wall if you're in a relationship and there could be a breakup down the road, but some people simply don't recognize those signs, right, Jeannie? And thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, they don't. A lot of times people are just blindsided, and there's certain, if you will, patterns that you can kind of suss out maybe later, like afterwards. But I would definitely say the first thing, it's about communication expectations. They're not satisfactory in the beginning, and then that pattern may continue for a period of time, and the other person may not even have the skills to say, I'm overwhelmed with you. You're just giving me too much anxiety. You want all this contact. I don't want to do that.
And Jeannie, there are some people in this day and age who will simply go ghost on you and disappear. No matter how long your relationship has lasted or you guys have been together, they will disappear. And how do you reconcile that as a person on the other end?
I tell all my clients, if anybody ghosts you, it's on them. It's never on you. An adult will actually tell you what's not working, or they'll tell you that they're maybe having their own health issues or having their own problems or commitments. But somebody who just ghosts, that's on them.
And when you take a look at some of the main reasons people will end a relationship, a dating relationship, what are some of those reasons out there? Obviously, you said communications is key, but after assessing many breakups like you've done over the years, what are some of the main reasons that people walk away?
Well, there becomes what we call a lack of compatibility. If you will, just about all dating relationships usually start off with chemistry. And chemistry will last about 30 days. And then things will hopefully transition to compatibility. So that'll be like how much do you value your family, your friends? You know, do you have similar goals when it comes to your money, your career? Do you want to have children? And that's when you'll start to see maybe it's not quite on track. Because if you don't make it past compatibility, that's actually a positive sign if you break up. It just means that you didn't have those same long-term values.
Mm-hmm. What else is on your list?
I would also have to say intimacy. That's like one of the biggest things right there. Like how often do you communicate about the need for intimacy, or just being able to, ask for intimacy? That becomes another barrier.
And for those who are in a relationship and they are ready to walk away, but the other person is trying to make it work, when you see the other person is no longer interested in that relationship, should you even try? And keep in mind, this is an adult. We're talking about the lines of communications are open. But what if the other person is ready to go, but you still want to try and give it a second chance? Do you make yourself look foolish, or do you go ahead and make that attempt?
So what I would recommend is you can always ask, but what may be better is to ask them what's not working for them, instead of trying to overextend yourself and say begging or pleading or like, I really want you back. And the other person's like, no, this isn't working for me. Find out what's not working for them. That might give you some really good information to find out, do you need to work on yourself, or do you just need to pick a better partner?
And how can you tell your relationship, because many people can, is heading in the right direction, potentially for marriage?
Well, one of the things I always like to say is, do your family and friends like this person? Do people kind of see that you guys are a good fit? Do you feel relaxed enough in the relationship that you're not worried about our next date, our next adventure, our next opportunity? Do you have what I would say some people have, like a dating roadmap, and the other person's like, oh, I don't even have the same dating roadmap, but I really like the time I spend with you. So that's something that might work out as long as you guys communicate about the differences.
And if you feel like it's heading in a long-term relationship direction, should you have that conversation and say, so what's next? What are my expectations of you and vice versa?
Oh, absolutely. You know, that's the thing about relationships is that if we don't talk about how we want to stay in connection today or this week, this month, then we can lose somebody that we love and value. So it's important to always want to participate and always want to find out what is going on, what's working for you. Is there anything that isn't working for you? I want to know.
All right, Jeannie, and for those who would like to follow you, get more advice, where can they get you?
They can follow me at my website, jeanniedoherty.com, or they can find me on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find.
Just look for Jeannie.
Yeah.
Jeannie, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored and for the valuable advice because, like I said, sometimes there are signs and people just don't see them or they're not paying attention. We appreciate your expertise here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.